Hey, what's up? This is S456 here, and welcome back to day 76 of my 365-day challenge and day 16 of Marvel month. I'm starting to get my tongue twisted a little bit. But in this video, we'll be talking about Spider-Man Homecoming, um, the first installment of the Spider-Man trilogy. Does a really good job of representing like how Peter Parker was supposed to be in the MCU. And I think it's probably like Stan Lee's favorite, or was Stan Lee's favorite type of Spider-Man, because Spider-Man was always supposed to be this kid, um, deal with the perks of like having superpowers and the struggles of having superpowers, all the while dealing with teenager stuff, high school, you know hormones, stuff like that. But um, you get introduced to a slew of new characters like the Vulture, Ned, MJ, Liz, and uh, a few others. Um, uh, Once Peter, fights in the Civil War uh, against Captain America and stuff like that, Tony Stark lets him keep the suit. Um, Ned eventually finds out about Spider-Man. It shows a little bit of scene of how his webs work. It's just a bunch of chemical stuff. And he has a crush on Liz. But that becomes a problem later in the movie where Liz's dad is the Vulture, and Peter has to deal with that. Um, they go on a field trip to the decathlon, and I think I said that right. If I said it wrong, then my bad. I'm not that smart. Um, but that's basically what happens in that scene. Um, the thing that the weapons are powered by, like the Vulture and his gangs, are powered by these things that the Chitauri had that powered their weapons. Um, and Ned has one of those, so it explodes in the Washington Monument. That leads to the elevator scene where Peter basically saves everyone. And of course, Peter can't tell anyone that he's Spider-Man because, high school, like he's going to get too much attention, overwhelmed, stuff like that. And then also it puts his family and his friends in danger, which some of his friends don't really deserve it, but like deserve that protection. But Peter is selfless about that. My favorite scene in the movie is the ferry scene. It gives me nostalgia back to Tobey's era of Spider-Man. The train scene where like he's like making sure that like all the like the train stops. Um, in this scene, Peter's basically keeping the ferry together, um, and I think that does a really good job of that. Eventually, Peter stops the Vulture. He's doesn't want him to die. Of course, he's still a kid, so he like basically saves him. Um, and it basically is a story of how Peter can become the superhero that he was always, going to be, but without having the suit to hold him back, because, he was getting obsessed with the suit. He felt like he needed the suit because, without it, he thought that he had nothing. But since Tony took it away, he learned that, it's him that is the superhero, not the suit that gives him that superhero ability. And by the end of the movie, uh, Tony Stark realizes that, so he invites him to become an Avenger. But Peter gracefully declines it. He wants to be a kid. He wants to grow up, go through high school normally, or as normal as he can, and just eventually, you know, he's still technically an Avenger, but he doesn't like live at the Avengers facility and stuff like that. But overall, I think it's a good movie. I can't really say which Spider-Man is my favorite between Toby, Andrew, and Tom, but I would have to lean more on Tom's side because I really like the MCU. I really like how they did his storyline in the MCU. But let me know who your favorite Peter is and what y'all think of Spider-Man: Homecoming in the comments down below. And as always, I will see y'all in the next video. See ya.